rise for the processional.
Good afternoon. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Texas at Dallas. I am Marian Underwood, and as Graduate Dean, it is my honor to welcome all of you, the doctoral candidates, faculty mentors, families, and friends, to this special doctoral hooding ceremony. Doctoral candidates, you have achieved a major milestone, not only because of your intellectual talent, but because in the face of all of life's obstacles, you stayed determined and completed an important piece of original research. You showed faith in yourselves and in the importance of your ideas. You exercised self-discipline, made personal sacrifices, and your degree is a true recognition of this perseverance. It has been a privilege to be part of your academic journey to date, and I wish you the very best in your future endeavors. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the Provost of the University of Texas at Dallas, Dr. Hobson Wildenthal.
Thank you, Dr. Underwood. As I have been wending my way over for the last hour, talking with colleagues, it came to me what an extra special ceremony this is for us, not only for you, graduates, for your professors, for your family, but for all of us at the university. And we're going to be doing lots of graduations with not just dozens, but hundreds and thousands of graduates, and those are wonderful ceremonies too, and we kind of bask in the happiness and the sense of accomplishment. But truth be told, very few of those undergraduates and master's students do we really have personal connections with, or nor do they with their professors. But this doctoral hitting ceremony is so special because each of you graduates, of course, knows many of your professors, but in particular your advisor. Your advisor knows you, maybe all too well, but true bonds. And those of us in the administration, having gone through both sides of the process ourselves, can appreciate what a special day it is for you graduates and for your advisors and the families, but particularly those 2 or 3 or 4 people who've worked together for years and years and now can celebrate this ceremony together. So it made me think of all the graduations, this one is truly different and truly personal, and even those of us not personally engaged with the graduate can appreciate what it means to everybody concerned. So your happiness and your pride, well-deserved pride. Now it's my privilege to ask my colleague, Dr. Inka Musselman, Senior Vice Provost, to come to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Wildenthal. First, I would like to give a warm welcome to the families and friends of our graduates who are in attendance today, as well as to those who are viewing the hooding ceremony live from around the world via our webcast. Thank you also to the University of Texas at Dallas students, staff, faculty, and administration for sharing this celebration that is so important and memorable for our doctoral students. Well, good afternoon, graduates. The entire UT Dallas community celebrates your accomplishments and applauds your effort, commitment, talent, and perseverance by which you have reached this extraordinary milestone, earning the title Doctor of Philosophy, a title that, according to the 2013 U.S. Census data, is held by less than 2% of America's population. Each of you have developed exceptional mastery of your academic field. Through your research and creative endeavors, you have made unique contributions to the body of human knowledge in areas as diverse as arts and humanities, natural sciences and mathematics, economic, political, and policy sciences, management, arts, technology, and emerging communications, behavioral and brain sciences, and engineering and computer science. On behalf of every UT Dallas faculty member who has come to know you through courses, seminars, and research, I can say that it has been a joy to mentor you and to see you develop as a scholar. We appreciate the sacrifices you have made and thank those friends, family members, and mentors who have supported you along the way. This academic journey has taken you from being one of our students to one of our colleagues. And yes, today you officially complete that journey. One aspect of doctoral education is gaining an in-depth knowledge of your field, and this knowledge will take you far. As you move forward in your careers and in life, I challenge you to maintain a healthy curiosity about all subjects, not just the ones in which you will receive your degrees. Keep learning. Seek new opportunities. Retain curiosity for those areas you know nothing about. So graduates, please accept all of our congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce some colleagues in the stage party. First, let me introduce our deans or their representatives. Dr. Dennis Kratz, Dean of Arts and Humanities. Lisa Bell, Associate Dean of Arts, Technology, and Emerging Communication. Dr. James Bartlett, Dean of Behavioral and Brain Sciences. Dr. Dennis Dean, Dean of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences. Dr. Mark Spong, Dean of Engineering and Computer Science. Dr. Hassan Prakul, Dean of Management. Dr. Bruce Novak, Dean of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Dr. George Fair, Dean of Interdisciplinary Studies and member of the Graduate Council. Other members of the Graduate Council include Dr. John Gooch, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, School of Arts and Humanities. Dr. Monica Evans, Associate Dean of Graduate Programs, School of Arts, Technology, and Emerging Communication. Dr. Robert Stillman, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, School of Behavioral and Brain Sciences. Dr. Alex Picaro, Associate Dean of Graduate Programs, School of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences. Dr. Porus Balsara, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Eric Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science. Dr. William Creedy, Professor, Naveen Jindal School of Management. Dr. Juan Gonzalez, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. I would also like to introduce Dr. Richard Scotch, Vice Speaker of the Faculty Senate, standing in for the Speaker. And Dr. Teresa Towner, Professor of Arts and Humanities, and our orator for this afternoon. Now I welcome Dean Underwood back to the podium to introduce our featured speaker.
Today it is my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Richard Benson, the 5th President of the University of Texas at Dallas, and our speaker for today's hooding ceremony. President Benson earned a Bachelor of Science and Engineering degree in Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering from Princeton University, a master's degree in Mechanical Engineering from the University of Virginia, and a doctorate in Mechanical Engineering from the University of California, Berkeley. So, like you today, he once sat with his mentor and received his regalia. I'd like to tell you a bit more about how he got from his ceremony at Berkeley to being president of UT Dallas, because I really believe it demonstrates that a successful career is always a work in progress. After receiving his doctorate, President Benson joined Xerox as a technical specialist and project manager. He also lectured at the University of Rochester in New York. It was during that time, as he truly compared and contrasted industry and academia, that he decided he wanted a degree in academia. So he left Xerox and became an assistant professor of mechanical engineering at the University of Rochester. While at Rochester, he worked as a teacher, researcher, and mentor. He was successful at these tasks, receiving research grants, winning teaching awards, and serving as an involved supervisor to a number of graduate students. He also got some experience in academic administration, which would help define the rest of his career. To continue his work in administration, he joined Penn State University. One of the last classes he would teach was there, first-year seminars on toy making and dancing robots, which he co-taught with a partner from the Women in Engineering program. May everyone's last teaching experience be as much fun as that sounds. But he also managed departments with dozens of faculty and hundreds of students and balanced the needs of both. President Benson next moved to Virginia Tech to be Dean of Virginia Tech's College of Engineering. No dancing robots that I know of there, but President Benson oversaw record growth from 2005 to 2016, and his college climbed to the highest ever ranking in the National Sciences Foundation report on engineering schools' research expenditures. Now President Benson is here, and he is tasked with leading our university toward its goal in becoming a global force in education, innovation, and research. He left Xerox because he wanted to teach and to do research. After being successful in those areas, he decided he wanted to lead and develop engineering education programs. And now he is working to bring a university into international greatness. His achievements have come from taking the opportunities presented to him and updating his goals as his experiences changed. He has held on to his love for photography, music, and family, but so many other things in his life have changed, just like they will change for you. One of the most important things a university can do is serve as an inspiration for intellectual and career achievement. So be inspired by President Benson's background and the achievements within it. Understand the determination and belief in yourself that brought you here is what brought President Benson here as well. There is no clear path to becoming a university president. It must be created by the individual. So, like President Benson, when your path is not clear, be determined to create one for yourself. I am grateful to President Benson for devoting some of his time to speak with us today. What he has learned through his career can and should help guide you. Please help me welcome President Richard Benson.
Thank you, Dean Underwood, for that very kind introduction, and good afternoon, everybody. I'm very pleased to add my own congratulations to our doctoral graduates and their faculty mentors. I also want to say thank you to the parents, spouses, children, and friends who are here to celebrate this singular moment. We are indebted to you for helping to support and shape these gifted UT Dallas scholars. Graduates, from this day forward, you will be addressed as Doctor. You have earned this honorific through incredibly hard work that perhaps at times you thought could not be sustained, but now you have the joy of crossing the finish line. You have juggled intellectual pursuits with family and workplace obligations. I know from personal experience how intense your last few years have been. My own career took shape as I traversed the same path that you have been on. Early on, after a bit of a slow start, and it was a slow start in graduate school, I adopted the habits of other successful graduate students. I was especially inspired by the discipline of some lab mates who were Vietnam War veterans. They were terribly old, in their late 20s. To make a long story short, I was impressed by these disciplined students, and I knew that I had to adopt their habits of arriving early to work, leaving late, and staying focused in the middle. And most any time that people walked into the lab, they could find me there. This bore fruit in an unexpected way. While working on my doctorate at Cal Berkeley, these habits led to frequent encounters with the department head, Changlin Tien, a renowned scholar who later became the UC Berkeley chancellor. And if I go off script here, if you don't know Professor Tien, please Google him, a remarkable man. Dr. Tien came in every morning a little after 8, hoping to find some of his graduate advisees. Although I sat in his bullpen space, I was not one of his advisees, and inevitably I was the only one there before 8. So one day, Professor Tien came up to me and said, I think this is a complete accurate quote, "Who are you? I come in here every day looking for my students. I never find them, but I find you." So that sweet introduction began a near-daily 10-second conversation with the department head and eventually led him to extending an invitation to me to present the results of my doctoral research at the department's prestigious colloquium series, which was usually reserved for outside speakers. It also began a professional friendship that lasted until Dr. Tien's passing in 2002. The point of this story is that you can learn and grow by emulating the best attributes that you find in all people who come into your life. It only stood to reason that I would benefit from the example of an unsurpassed scholar like Changlin Tien. Easy to overlook is the fact that the friendship with Professor Tien would have never happened if I had not earlier made a conscious decision to adopt the superior work habits of my Vietnam veteran lab mates. I also came to learn that much can be learned from the people who see you as a mentor. As I think back on my time as a professor, department head, and dean, the greatest reward came from my experiences with my doctoral advisees. The essence of this joy is that my advisees did not remain advisees for long. Better would be to paraphrase a description frequently used by Dean Underwood. They were emerging colleagues. It is true that at the beginning of my partnership with an emerging colleague, I was the senior and more knowledgeable partner. Questions asked of me could be readily answered. As my graduate students advanced in their research, their questions became harder to answer, although I might know of places to look where the answers could be found. Towards the end of one's doctoral studies came the most glorious part of the partnership, where all of the questions were hard ones and where my students and I truly operated as equals. There was no distinction between advisor and advisee. Each taught the other. When you enrolled as a PhD student, you made a decision to immerse yourself in a field of study that will continue to shape you when you leave here. You dove in and you asked questions. By virtue of your talent and intellect, you have much in common with each other, whether these questions you asked were focused on the latest in neuroscience or the aesthetics of art history. You also have much in common with the faculty, staff, and students who will come after you, and please stay connected with UT Dallas. I say this with a bit of envy. I'm an educator closer to the end of my career than the beginning, speaking to an assembly for which the reverse is true. You are poised for a life of professional and personal achievement. But that also means that we expect much of you. As you advance in your career, I would ask several things of you. Continue to ask questions. Use your wisdom and insight to address the issues in your field and in your community. What you have learned here is important, but not as important as what you will do with it. Fresh out of my doctoral studies, I had not yet encountered the writings of Doris Kearns Goodwin, listened to Jennifer Hudson sing, watched Lin-Manuel Miranda perform, heard Ronald Reagan say, "Tear down this wall," or gazed into one of Steve Jobs' mind-blowing devices. I wish many such fulfilling discoveries for each of you. Contribute to the greater good. Use your logic and creativity to explore the world in ways that most of us in this room can't yet imagine. Don't limit yourself. Allow yourself to be challenged and surprised. Dr. Tien, who I referenced earlier, was known for his expertise in thermal science and engineering. But he was also a humanitarian, a fighter for justice and equal opportunity. He created the Berkeley Pledge, a model program for improving academic performance of public schools in the districts around his university. Confront daunting tasks. Use your determination and confidence to frame your life's work in a time of rapid change. Knowledge advances at a furious pace. Be bold and strategic in seeking it out and putting it to use. I embraced the exciting new world of technology as a doctoral student. With an IBM fellowship, I wrote a well-received doctoral dissertation on an exotic data storage device of the future, the floppy disk. I tell that joke with every speech. But while this device is now dated, the intellectual pursuit involved is not. My fervent wish for you is that you too will have a floppy disk past, that the rising arc of your career will take you far, far beyond the work that you conducted at UT Dallas in the long ago year of 2016. And speaking of a time long, long ago in a place far, far away, no graduation address is complete without an inspiring quote from a great master. And to that end, I say, try not, do or do not. There is no try. You know? Yoda. Okay. Just checking. Okay. So finally, be nimble in your life and in your professional pursuits. Another quote that I share with you comes from a real person, a living, breathing artist, trumpeter Wynton Marsalis, who has said, "It is harder to build than to destroy. To build is to engage and change. In jazz, we call progressing harmonies changes. Changes are like obstacles on a speed course. They demand your attention and require you to be present. They are coming, they are here, and then they are gone. It is how life comes. Each moment is a progression from future into past, and the sweet spot is always in the present. Live in that sweet spot, be present." So to conclude, we at UT Dallas know that you will live up to our expectations. Your faculty and colleagues have prepared you well. I know from my own experience that our faculty and staff not only have confidence in you, but have themselves been enriched by your presence. So thank you for choosing UT Dallas for your graduate studies. Thank you for helping our faculty become better scholars, and thank you in advance for representing to the world the best of UT Dallas. Whoosh.
Dr. Towner, our orator for today's ceremonies, will ask the Graduate Council representative from each school to come forward and introduce their doctoral candidates and hooding professors after a few words about the history of regalia.
Before we begin the hooding ceremony itself, I'd like to tell you something about the regalia that you're going to wear for the rest of your academic career. Doctoral robes have 3 velvet stripes on each sleeve and often feature the colors of the universities in which they were earned. The hood you will receive today has origins in medieval Europe when it was adopted for use by monks, clergy, and university students, all of whom used it not only as a covering for the head and shoulders, but as to hold alms and money, which accounts for the little pouch in the back of it. By the 15th century, it had come to be seen as a symbol of graduation and taken on distinctive colors and materials. The modern doctoral hood is about 4 feet long with 5-inch velvet edging, which at this university is dark blue to signify the Doctor of Philosophy degree, or golden yellow for the Doctor of Science. The hood you will shortly be wearing is lined with the university's colors of orange, green, and white, which were chosen by the university's first president and his assistant in 1971. The conferral of this hood will distinguish you among other scholars as a University of Texas at Dallas graduate. I now invite Dr. Kratz, Dean of Arts and Humanities, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Gooch, Associate Dean, to call each candidate.
Will Kristen Nicole Riley, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, please come forward? Dr. Riley will be hooded by Dr. Reynolds. Will Susan Mary White Norman, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, Aesthetic Studies, please come forward? Dr. Norman will be hooded by Dr. Reynolds. Will Rebecca Becker Daniels, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, Aesthetic Studies, please come forward? Dr. Daniels will be hooded by Dean Kratz. Will Monica Rocio Salazar, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, Aesthetic Studies, please come forward? Dr. Salazar will be hooded by Drs. Hatfield and Terranova. Will Jason Marcus Surmiller, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, History of Ideas, please come forward? Dr. Surmiller will be hooded by Drs. Romer and Park.
I now invite Lisa Bell, Associate Dean, to come forward and assist the Provost. Will Catherine Christensen Evans, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Arts and Technology, please come forward? Dr. Evans will be hooded by her daughter, Dr. Monica Evans. I now invite Dr. Bartlett, Interim Dean of Behavioral and Brain Sciences, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Stillman, Associate Dean, to call each candidate.
Will Michaela Yunchi Chan, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cognition and Neuroscience, please come forward? Dr. Chan was co-mentored by Drs. Park and Weig, but will be hooded by Dr. Weig. Will Rupashri Holahanur Sudashan Prasad please come forward? She's a certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cognition and Neuroscience. Dr. Holahanur Sudashan Prasad will be hooded by Dr. Plosky. Will Jenny Wong, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cognition and Neuroscience, please come forward? Dr. Wong will be hooded by Dr. Rugg. Will Leanne Rebecca Young, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cognition and Neuroscience, please come forward? Dr. Young will be hooded by Dr. Krozik. Will Shaikat Hossain, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cognition and Neuroscience, please come forward? Dr. Hossain will be hooded by Dr. Osman. Will Daniel J. Hubbard, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cognition and Neuroscience, please come forward? Dr. Hubbard will be hooded by Dr. Osman. Will Daniel Faso, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Psychological Sciences, please come forward? Dr. Faso will be hooded by Dr. Sasson. Will Will Catherine Lynn Fitzharris, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Communication Sciences and Disorders, please come forward? Dr. Fitzharris will be hooded by Dr. Clark and also by her father, Dr. William Fitzharris. Will Blair Catherine Miller, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Communication Sciences and Disorders, please come forward? Dr. Miller will be hooded by Dr. Dullahan. Will Jana Allison Mueller, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Communication Sciences and Disorders, please come forward? Dr. Mueller will be hooded by Dr. Dullahan.
I now invite Dr. Dean, Dean of the School of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences, to come forward and assist the Provost. Will Ivan Wong, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Criminology, please come forward? Dr. Wong will be hooded by Dr. Picaro. I now invite Dr. Picaro, Associate Dean, to call the remaining candidate.
Will Ekaterini Iona Anastaki, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Affairs, please come forward? Dr. Anastaki will be hooded by Dr. Battaglio.
I now invite Dr. Spong, Dean of the Eric Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Balsara, Associate Dean, to call each candidate.
Will Ashwini Kaniganti, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Kaniganti will be hooded by Dr. Romero Ortega. Will Nandini Radha Shanmugam, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Shanmugam will be hooded by Drs. Prasad and Muthukumar. Will Emra Jem, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward? Dr. Jem will be hooded by Dr. Sarak. Will Tahrima Rahman, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward? Dr. Rahman will be hooded by Dr. Gogate. Will Somdep Sarkhel, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward? Dr. Sarkhel will be hooded by Dr. Gogate. Will Husnain Ali, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Ali will be hooded by Dr. Hansen. Will Shabnam Gaffarzadegan, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Gaffarzadegan will be hooded by Dr. Hansen. Will Sarkar Rahat Muhammad Anwar, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Anwar will be hooded by Dr. Hinkle. Will Mesam Haidarpur Roshan, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Haidarpur Roshan will be hooded by Dr. Sechan. Will Zahua, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Hua will be hooded by Dr. Lee. Will Yi Jiangxia, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Zia will be hooded by Dr. Fahimi. Will Naseem Arbab Rahman, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Rahman will be hooded by Dr. Fahimi. Will Maribel Maldonado Garcia, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Maldonado Garcia will be hooded by Dr. Pur Kamali. Will Angelica Ascatel Zakadzi, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Ascatel Zakadzi will be hooded by Dr. Wallace. Will Shakil Mohammed, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Mohammed will be hooded by Dr. Kogan. Will Muhammad Ali Gadiri, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Software Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Gadiri will be hooded by Drs. Gupta and Tamil. Will David Ignacio Urbina Fuentes, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Software Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Urbina Fuentes will be hooded by Dr. Gupta. Will Laura Viviana Moreno Cubijos, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Software Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Moreno Cubijos will be hooded by Dr. Marcus.
I now invite Dr. Prakul, Dean of the Naveen Jindal School of Management, to come forward and assist the Provost. He's here. Will Shi Chu Cho, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Management Science, please come forward? Dr. Cho will be hooded by Dr. Creedy. I now invite Dr. Creedy to call the remaining candidate.
Will Ali Bakhtiari, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Management Science, please come forward? Dr. Bakhtiari will be hooded by Dr. Murthy.
I now invite Dr. Novak, Dean of the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Gonzalez, Associate Dean, to call each candidate.
Will Yu Huang, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, please come forward. Dr. Huang will be hooded by Dr. Musselman. Will Wen Long Wan, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Geosciences, please come forward. Dr. Wan will be hooded by Dr. McMeekin. Will Sonny Malti Skoning, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, please come forward. Dr. Skoning will be hooded by his undergraduate mentor, Dr. Jeffrey Hood. Will Yu Xuan Liu, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular and Cell Biology, please come forward. Dr. Liu will be hooded by Dr. Zhang. Will Jason Aaron Pfister, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular and Cell Biology, please come forward. Dr. Pfister will be hooded by Dr. DeMello and also by his mother, Dr. Debbie Pfister. Will Ananda Shankar Datta, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Statistics, please come forward. Dr. Datta will be hooded by Dr. Biswas.
Well, candidates, doctors, I have to say now, you know you didn't get here by yourself. So please rise now and applaud the people who got you here. You can sit down now. On behalf of the faculty of the University of Texas at Dallas, it is my honor and my privilege to welcome you all into
As we conclude this joyous occasion, I repeat my heartfelt congratulations to our newest doctoral recipients on this highly significant achievement. One of the greatest rewards as a graduate dean is awarding new doctorates their colorful hoods. You've earned the privilege to wear the hood and academic regalia at all future occasions, and in so doing will represent UT Dallas with distinction. As graduates of UT Dallas, I encourage you to stay connected with your mentors, academic units, departments, programs, and schools. Continue sharing your talents and accomplishments and working with us to mentor the next generation of students. It has been our privilege to work with you, and you have become part of us and the UT Dallas community. By staying in touch with us and allowing us to continue to be part of your lives, we can continue to rejoice with you on your future successes. Speaking of rejoicing on your future successes, it is wonderful that your family and friends are here for this doctoral hooding ceremony. Your accomplishment today is truly a joint effort, and you could not have succeeded without their encouragement and sacrifices in supporting your success. And as we are expressing appreciation, I must finish by expressing mine to all of those who assisted with bringing this ceremony together. I thank the stage party, staff members from my office, and most especially Special Events Coordinator Leela Foratan and our wonderful graduate readers, Amanda Avalasset and Josephine Green, who together read and formatted every single one of your dissertations. Yeah, let's clap for that. Now, let us recess to the Visitor Center atrium, out the back doors and to the right, for a reception hosted by the university. I ask that the audience remain seated as first the stage party and then the newly minted doctorates and their supervisors process out. The audience can then join them to continue the celebration. Again, my wholehearted congratulations to each and every one of you.